to be eligible for the Academy Awards for Best Picture, they'll have to have a certain percentage of actors or crew from underrepresented racial and ethnic groups. What do you think of these new inclusion standards for films?
They make me vomit.
Why?
Because this is an art form. It's also a form of commerce, and it makes money, but it's an art. And no one should be telling me as an artist that I have to give in to the latest, most current idea of what morality is.
No one watches the Academy Awards, the Oscars, or the Golden Globes anymore. Since 2020, their viewership has more than halved, and it's largely due to the fact that Hollywood has gone woke. Let's watch some of the rest of these clips to see how woke Hollywood has really gotten.
Jennifer Aniston has recently revealed that she hates woke culture. She was recently asked a question about Friends being offensive, and she said that you can't hold what was made in the 90s to today's moral standards. She said that it's also comedy, and that comedy should have free range to make fun of everyone and everything, and that she hates how woke culture has gotten into comedy and has ruined the whole world. She said that woke culture actually divides people and has divided the whole country of America, and she absolutely hates it. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with Jennifer Aniston? Let me know down below in the comments.
Jennifer Aniston just went up a couple notches in my book. She's absolutely right that comedy should indeed have free range. And she's also right in the fact that it is dividing us. It's that very, very, very vocal minority of people in Hollywood that are dividing the people.
People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Talking of all you it was a big year for our movies. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. Fifth time. And it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it, I didn't, you did it.
I think Ricky Gervais has some serious balls saying this on live television in front of all these actors. And you could tell how uncomfortable they were sitting in the chairs. They were looking over at each other, shifting in their chairs, a bit uneasy. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments.
There has become a thing that's gone on, it seems like in this, especially this last year, where ideology is more important than art.
Way more, certainly to the awards.
Yeah, and it's just, it's like, ideology
Right.
trumps art. Ideology
Right.
trumps individual effort. Ideology trumps good. Ideology trumps entertaining.
I have always really appreciated the way you pushed back. When anyone tried to stifle you, shut you up, shame you, bully you, they tried it with the last one, with Once Upon a Time in the Hollywood, some bullshit about Margot Robbie doesn't have enough lines. And you do what I wish other people would do. Instead of apologizing like a little pussy, you say, I don't agree with your assessment.
Well, I think everybody knows that she's good. I think everybody knows that her basic characteristic is that she's very compassionate and that she cares about people and sort of that she's like ultimately selfless. And so to put that character that we all know really well in a dangerous world and see if she can stay that way and not, obviously not just die, but also not become hardened, really kind of maintain that heart. I think it's really female. I think to play an action movie that's really kind of like in your face and loud, and I think it's wrong. I think that's kind of the opposite of girl power. I think that she is like essentially female because she's steady through and through.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
I actually agree with Kirsten Stewart when it comes to this. Not that I'm a fan of her in real life, but when she was talking about this Snow White, then she's absolutely right. On to Rachel Zegler and the new and improved Snow White. All-time high on the cringe-o-meter there. Gal Gadot saying she's not going to be saved by the prince, even though that was from the original source material, and that's what people tune in to watch Snow White for. Come on.
Feminism has really taken a wrong turn. So the earliest feminists, they were seeking to build a society that fits around fits around the needs of women. So that's ending kind of maternity discrimination and allowing women to be wives and mothers and still have fulfilling work, you know, with flexible hours or whatever they needed. Somewhere along the line, feminism turned into this kind of Carrie Bradshaw, Sex and the City type feminism, where it was all about living a hedonistic lifestyle, not having commitments, not being part of a committed relationship, but just being able to do whatever they wanted. And this brand of feminism is the one that's kind of followed us into the 21st century, but actually it's made us a very lonely and isolated nation. If you look at our statistics, well, a lot of people who are living by themselves and not by choice, by circumstance, and they would like to have a family but haven't been given the support to do so.
Why is there a need for you to be a feminist?
I think as women, we are undervalued when it comes to our intelligence.
I would offer to you that there's never been a more remarkable time to be a woman in this society. We are doing better than men. We are graduating at a higher rate than men. That's why I said to you, despite how you're feeling, what are the real world implications that suggest to you that you are somehow beneath men? You might have a personal experience where a man...
we can talk about sexual assault everywhere, in the military, in the home.
So are these the things that you're fighting to end sexual assault?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, great. You don't have to be a feminist to fight to end sexual assault. If you want to be a feminist girl, put it on a t-shirt, wear it, put a hashtag. I'm just telling you, don't unnecessarily put yourself into a corner and to recognize that it has never been a greater time. I would offer it is a way better time in this society to be a woman than it is to be a man.
I think that's what a lot of these modern feminists fail to realize. If they were to step into the shoes of just your average man for 1 week, they would be like, oh shit, is this what it's actually like? Never mind, I retract all my previous statements. It's an absolute joke that we're still having this conversation in 2024.
What is your problem with Disney?
Well, right now with everything. I thought, as a parent, I had kids that I would be able to put in front of the television watching a Disney movie while I was doing some work or while I was doing something else. And I thought, they're perfectly safe with Disney movies. Come to find out they're not safe.
What is your problem with Disney?
The grooming, honestly, the task force, the unnecessary wokeness.
Do you think that sexual content and gender content should be not taught to children?
Absolutely not. I was a sex crimes detective at Anaheim Police Department, and many of the things that I see Disney doing or, what's happening in our schools, we would have arrested somebody for doing that. It's a criminal offense to show them pornography. Disneyland has said in the videos we've seen released from the corporate office that what they're going to do in the movies, showing them things that we have not okayed as parents. But again, the very things that they're doing are things that we normally would have arrested somebody for.
So Adele James, who plays Cleopatra in the controversial Netflix documentary, has responded to the many Egyptian people calling her out for not playing a correct depiction of Cleopatra, and this is what she had to say. Yeah. She called Egyptian people racist and said that all people who say that Cleopatra wasn't black are fundamentally racist. This was actually targeted towards Egyptian people because the Egyptian government is actually trying to sue her and sue Netflix because they portrayed her as being black and portrayed a false depiction of Egyptian culture. This is like ridiculous. I don't know how she can come out and say that Egyptian people are racist for defending their own culture, but I guess that's the world we live in nowadays.
Right, so I was just scouring through the internet trying to find as many sources as I could on this whole Cleopatra, what race is she, and they basically all summed up to this, so have a listen. To sum it up, it is quite possible that Cleopatra was pure Macedonian Greek, but it is probable that she had some Egyptian blood. Although the amount is uncertain, certainly was no more than half and probably less. The best evidence is that she was 3/4 Macedonian Greek and 1/4 Egyptian. There is no room for anything else, certainly not any black African blood.
This is an assault on not just Ken, but all men. There are a number of Barbie characters, right? One plays President Barbie, one plays Dr. Barbie, one plays a Barbie with a Nobel Prize in physics. However, all the male characters in Barbie world are simply called Ken. So it's pretty clear where this movie is going.
I think men in general will have to be a bit kind of snowflakey to suggest they're being assaulted by a Barbie movie. Feminism is rooted in the struggles of ordinary women. Women often get paid less. It's about the fact that women are on the front line of some of the hardest sectors to work in care.
What?
Care. It's about the fact they do so much unpaid labour
How many
in the
female
household.
bricklayers do you know?
I mean,
or female bin cleaners?
Great question.
I love
Have you ever met a female bricklayer?
I don't know.
No, you haven't.
But I
Because
love
they
the
don't exist.
assumption that
You made
being
that
a
up.
bricklayer is harder than caring for the terminally ill and dying.
Have you ever
Like,
been a
those
bricklayer
are-
in the winter?
But have you ever been someone
A
looking after
caretaker?
the
Yes,
terminally ill
yes,
and
I
dying?
actually have. Yes,
it's
I have.
obviously
Yes.
She's just delusional, that's all I have to say, really.
So Ryan Gosling had the best performance of that entire movie by far, and onto her point about men being snowflakes and being offended by this, it's not so much that, even though this movie was very, very, very painful to watch, It's more the fact that the younger generation are going to go see this movie. What's the largest demographic of Barbie? It's young girls. So what are young girls going to think of boys and men when they go see this? What, that they're incapable of providing value? That they're weak? That they're dumb and stupid? That they're desperate? And on the opposite end, what are they going to think of women and girls? That they're incapable of failure, that they're always right, that there's no accountability, that they're perfect. This is going to send a very negative ripple effect throughout society. And it already is. We're already seeing it in real time.
What's going on with this country in general nowadays? Does that mean like your generation? Seriously. Come on. And these pronouns. What the is with the pronouns? He, she, him, they, the, boom, bang, ba, fang, cool. You know what my pronoun is? Guess. Time's up. Okay. It, as in it, can't take this shit anymore.
Alright, that about wraps up the video, guys. Don't forget to like it so it gets recommended to other people. Don't forget to click that follow button so you can see videos just like this in the future.